how I lost 20 pounds in 4 days. If this sounds like an exciting topic, make sure to like the video, subscribe. Don't forget to join our Patreon group, our accountability group, where you can ask more questions on this topic, and let's jump right in. I lost an enormous amount of weight in such a short period of time with this method called dry fasting. Now, we've been talking about dry fasting quite a bit on the channel lately, which is why I'm bringing this story back to the surface. Dry fasting is where you choose a period of time where you're going to fast. During that time, you're not going to be eating or drinking anything. The most significant benefit of dry fasting is that it allows the digestive system to go completely to rest. To get the most out of dry fasting, you don't want to be chewing on any ice, mints, or anything. Now, at that time, I had been fasting for a couple of years. I had never performed a dry fast. For those who don't know, I'm 6'6", and at that time I was 173 pounds, so I was already at the bottom of the scale for what is considered a healthy weight for my height. Now, I'm gonna state that I did not perform this fast for weight loss. Understand that weight loss is a byproduct of fasting. I was fasting for health. So leading up to the dry fast, I water fasted and I also practiced regular liver flushes. Now, we have spoken many times about the importance of digestive health. Liver flushes help to stimulate digestion because it clears the pathways in the liver, making it function more optimally. In addition to liver flushes, I had also been eating an 80% alkaline diet, which means that I didn't have a ton of excess crud in my body. Lastly, I had been very consistent with my regimen. I was getting a ton of sunlight, drinking a lot of water, I was sun charging my water, and I was making fresh juice. I consumed minimal processed foods during this time frame. I'm giving you all this backstory to convey that my body was primed and ready to do a dry fast. That's the reason why I always emphasize doing the prep work before you go into these long-term fasts, heavy fasting cycles, etc. Ultimately, you're going to get a much better outcome if you prep properly. I lost the same amount of weight that somebody who may have been obese would have doing the same thing. And I want you all to consider something. What if you properly prepare for a dry fast, let's say 2 weeks, then you engage in your first dry fast with the goal being 3 to 4 days. Just imagine the outcomes you could garner from doing something like that. If I was water fasting for 4 days, I might have lost about 7 pounds. That's why it's so shocking for me. Granted, up until that point, all of my research was based on fasting methods outside of dry fasting. Now, when I started drinking water again, because you always break your dry fast with water, I gained about 5 pounds back. So keep in mind, I was already underweight when I broke my dry fast, and I drank water exclusively for days after my dry fast. The significance of this is that you have what's called deep waters, okay? These are the waters that saturate your organs and tissues. When you dry fast, the body's going to utilize deep water in order to hydrate your elimination pathways. When you start drinking water again, your body is going to replenish the water it lost. The best part is the weight you gain after your dry fast is not the same weight you lost when you performed your dry fast. You're not going to be losing any benefit just because you gained 5 pounds back. The weight is different. The contamination and toxic material contained in the water that you lost when you did the dry fast is not going to come back with the fresh water you're drinking after the dry fast. Now, I had the idea that maybe we could put together a dry fasting group within the greater accountability group. So if you're interested in doing some dry fasting and you'd be interested in participating in a group dry fast, let me know in the comment section below so I can kind of gauge the interest. With that being said, if this video was helpful for you, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, the application of knowledge is power, and I will see you all next time.